Hi everybody, welcome to the Paranormal Connection. I'm your host, Danna Wilberg. Today we're talking with spiritual life coach and intuitive Andrea Dawn, so stay tuned. So nice to have you on the show, Andrea.
Thank you for having me.
When did you realize that you had gifts?
Actually, it happened when I was 5 years old, and I had an experience in my room with my grandfather, and he was in full naval uniform with his cap on. And I had a conversation with him, and he had passed 9 years prior to that. And I had a lot of voices in my head and didn't tell anyone, and kind of experienced that for a very long time in my life, where I knew I had some gifts, but I just didn't share.
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you see the people that you were talking to, or was it just
Yes.
more clear audio?
It was both, and I look back and actually had more of the clear audio versus the visual, but I also had visual.
How interesting.
Yes, it's been...
So how old were you when you finally decided that you needed to share this, talk about it, or stop thinking that you're crazy?
3 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I married young and had 3 children right off the bat, so they became my focus. And then about 3 years ago, it all came coming back. And again, sitting there going, oh my goodness, I think I'm crazy. Here's the voices again.
Wow.
Yes.
So talk about some of the experiences you had, if you don't mind.
Oh, not at all. Okay. It's interesting. I don't remember a lot of my sessions when I do group sessions or single sessions. However, there's been some really interesting ones. I want to share with you when I was in Placerville at the hotel, when I was first learning about my gifts, and I walked in there, and the pictures were talking to me, and I heard these voices, and there was a reunion going in the background. And I remember them telling me, oh, we can't wait till they all go to bed. Because they loved scaring them. And it wasn't bad. They just knew the people were there to have some fun. And so the spirits were also there to have some fun. And I got a kick out of that because I thought, you don't realize they still have their personalities. And
exactly.
My sessions are a lot of fun when they come through and you hear their laughter, and you know that they come through the way that we knew them here on Earth, and it's really interesting. My sessions are not just about those that have crossed over. I also get to hear from many, and so I hear from angel guides or other spirit guides. I see colors, I see visions, I see paths before you, and sometimes I'll see life in the past. I'll see chords, I see animals. So I don't really know what's going to happen. That's why I call them mind sessions instead of readings. And it's a little bit different from what I've experienced, which hasn't been a whole lot, but it makes it for a very interesting time. And to get to share with all these people is something, whatever they need to learn about healing or what's good for them.
So for you personally, are you able to kind of control what you're getting, or is this it just comes when it feels like it, or how does that work for you?
Well, I practiced really shutting it down for a long time, and so I'm really good at that. However, as I get closer to having this my full-time job, and I realize that it's getting harder and harder to keep it quiet. So I'm definitely, I feel like I'm in the ethers more often, yes. And so being there is bringing a lot of more voices, more understanding of what this is all about.
So you mentioned in your bio that you had a fear of being accepted.
Yes.
Having these gifts when you were younger. Has that changed?
Yes.
How did that change for you?
You know, when I was younger and just growing up in a very dysfunctional home, I learned to just keep everything quiet. And then having that, just the whole dysfunctionalism of all that comes with that, you know, you just learn to be quiet, and your life is based on fear. So when I came to realize who my authentic self was and to love myself, then all of that just went away. And it's not that I don't care, it's just, this is who I am, and I can't change this anymore. So people have to accept me for who I am now. So it's completely different, and I love it. It's so much fun. I love being around people. I love sharing my gift. And we have group sessions, and these group sessions are so energetic. We've had just angel visits. We've had, you know, stuff that you just can't explain. Just show up and make themselves known. So it's really fun.
So these sessions, you're talking sessions with clients that
Yes.
come in. Oh, how fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's usually different people. So some will know others, and they just seem to pop up, these group sessions. So I have, you know, next week I'm pretty much booked with group sessions. So yes.
I love it.
Yes.
So are the people that are coming to you, are they trying to develop their own skills, some of them, or are they just, you know, people that are wanting to know, you know, if grandma's still around and where did you hide her ring and all that other stuff?
I get both.
Okay.
Yes. I'm seeing more of people that want to learn about themselves and what gifts they have. So in working one-on-one with those people, and then also just those who want to talk to those that have crossed over. I did have a lady that strictly came for me to tell her where a necklace was. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I don't know if she found it or not, but.
Well, did anybody come in and, you know, fess up to where it was? Or?
I got the vision of where it was, so I think she found it, because she never called me back. So.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. So do you, you know, interviewing different people, psychics and different things, mediums on the show, are you primarily getting the clear audio, or do you actually see apparitions? Are you able to bring them through?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Both.
That's
and
so
the
cool.
visions are coming more and more frequently. So I'm seeing a lot more. And I think I always saw, it was just, again, that fear that you have, that, whoa, what is that? And when I have the visions, they are amazing, you know, what I get to see. And it's really hard sometimes to explain what I get to see. And, but it's such a blessing. So I want to let everyone know in any session, whether it's group or single. Yeah.
So do you have angels and spirit guides that you work with that bring in this information?
Yes,
Oh, cool.
I do. And you know, it's really interesting. So my grandfather's always been with me my whole life. And watching when they grow on the other side, it is so awesome to see that. And the healing for them also, that what we do here on this side also affects them.
Yeah. And
the exchange of spirit guides that I've had. So when I was first starting out, I actually had a Lance Corporal who had passed in Afghanistan, and he told me his name, and he even said, look him up on the death index, which I did in the military one, and I had his picture, and he was with me for the time that he needed to learn what his gift was with me. And then he left. And so I've had some come and go for different reasons. And for whatever is going on, they're there to guide me and help me. So it's really neat to see the difference.
Oh, that is very neat.
Yes.
So people come in and they from the other side to learn from you as well.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Talk about some of the experiences you've had, because it sounds like, you know, you're kind of multitasking, for a better word.
Yes. Let me, I wish I had thought of one before I came in here, one specific one. You know, there is one, actually. It was at a girlfriend's house, and in my experience, I know that helping those that have not gone to the light has been something that I'm tasked with helping with. And being that go-between from the spirit world to the earth world. And there was a lady whose father was not wanting to go. And I get this quite a bit, but there was something particular about this man, the spirit. And so Archangel Azrael showed up. And I have had in my experience with him before, but the way he showed up and what happened in the room was this tremendous heat, and everyone felt it. And it's not like you're going to sweat, but it's almost uncontainable, like you're in a sauna. And it specifically told me we have to work with him right now. And it wasn't just for me. He let everyone feel his presence and have that whole experience. And it was amazing to see the transformation, to see him turn around, all in matter of minutes, and then decide, I'm going to go to the light. And he went to the light. And most people, when we were done, was like, I could feel it. You know, they could feel that energy moving, because that's all I feel is energy. So trying to explain, you know, that Buddha here even has energy. So having all of that, but I don't know why I chose my left side, but when I'm in my sessions, I turn to my left, or when I'm talking to them, I turn to my left. And so I just say it's energy. Everything is energy. So that's what I feel and see. And they got to experience that. And it was really amazing to have the whole room have that feeling. And it's coming more and more where people are intuitive, are feeling the same energy that I am.
So when you do groups, when you say groups, do you have people that don't know each other all come together at a certain time, or do you have groups that book you?
It's usually a person that will host it at their house.
Oh.
And then they invite their friends or their friends' friends, and we all meet there. And I can't have more than 10 people because it gets too big and too long. Because it usually, for the most part, the energy will move across the whole room, just different directions, and you'll get some kind of, you know, mini session or mini reading. And so, it's just,
I love it.
It's been word of mouth. I haven't advertised. This is my first experience of being on TV and advertising. Everything has been word of mouth, and I'm booked until July. So
I love it.
It's
so
been
interesting.
It's been a great experience.
Is there anything that's happened that kind of any fear factors, any lousy experiences that you've had with?
You know, the lousy experiences, unfortunately, are the people who think that they're ready and are not, and so they become resistance right up until the moment of, you know, having the session. And so, and it's not lousy. They're just.
Well, I mean, is there anybody that comes from the other side? That, because you said, you know, people, their personalities remain the same. Is there anybody that's come over that's on the cantankerous side that has been, you know, kind of more disturbing than, you know, helpful, loving?
There is. Yes.
Yeah.
And I've had it where my guides will not let them come close to me. So I'll talk to them from a distance. And some of the spirits that don't feel worthy and deserving of coming forward, I notice that they'll stand farther back, and so the energy's different. And I can tell right from the get-go when they come through if the energy is going to be good or not. And I know that my guides are over there definitely kind of facilitating and helping me so that I can stay on that higher vibration so that we can bring through more. And there has been my own personal experience so that I knew. I've had a couple of spirits that the energy that came through, that it was just more about what am I capable of, what, you know, how do I feel, do I know I'm protected? And so I did have a couple of experiences where I was like, oh, that was interesting. So you know, I don't believe in evil, it's just all energy. And so how is that energy coming across? Yes.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's made a big change in your life to
Yes.
Yeah, in so many ways.
In so many
ways.
Well,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about you know, the difference then and the difference now in you as a person and your personal growth.
Well, when I had a memory recall, which I didn't believe in. And when that happened, that really, I feel, opened up my floodgates in my mind. And when I realized, okay, I went to counseling, and I thanked my therapist, but I knew for a short amount of time that wasn't for me. And so I said, I have to go find out who I am. And that started that personal journey of who am I? And once I started going down that path, it is completely different from what I was for 20-something years, really a devout Christian. And when I became spiritual, it really opened up my eyes to the Bible in the spiritual way. And so I felt very blessed to have that knowledge to bring it to where I am today. And so that was a blessing also. And it very quickly just started all these things. And my girlfriend, unfortunately, had a lot of death with her friends and her family. And so we carpooled a lot. And we would drive down the road, and literally a light would go, we would go under, it would turn off, and it would turn back on afterwards. And so after so many of those, she was kind of like, you have to see who's here, who's here. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to do this. And so I practiced with her, unfortunately. I mean, that's not the right word, but she was more than willing to, be a participant and help me learn. And so it just quickly kept unfolding, and more of what I can do, and what do I see, and what does that mean, and trying to read and take.
It's a process.
It is a process. I call it pulling back our layers of our onions. So and taking that all in, and does that, there's so many great teachers out there, and yet some I just didn't connect with. And so, which is great, because then you can go and keep searching and looking for more. And there's so much out there. I feel blessed to even be on this show, to be around others who have the same, belief. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, we're really happy to have you. And this is what we do.
Yes.
And you're not the first person, we've heard that from. It's more and more people are opening up about their gifts and their beliefs, and how, things are shifting. But it's still a process and a learning experience.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm still learning.
Well, we all are, hopefully.
Yes.
Your children, do your children display any kind of gifts?
Yes. They're just also really watching me. So all three of them are all three girls, and they all have something different that they have developed. They're not there yet, so I'm a different mom. I'm a different person. So it's kind of standing back. I mean, they're 23, 22, and 20. So they're all adults. And it's kind of like, wow, this is not the same mom we had growing up. The one who, was on Fear Factor every day. Everything I did was based on fear. So, and now to be so much more open and laid back, and just everything happens for a reason. That reason's here to support you. They're like, really? Yeah. And so it's been a really big growth for all of us, and to be able to have a different relationship, but so much more positive. And yes.
I think that's one of the things that I find is the most fascinating, is this generation of women that are opening up to their gifts and starting to share with their children. We're finding that they don't have to experience the same things that we did about, the stigma and everything, and, keeping it to themselves. So hopefully, as things progress, more and more of these children are going to be, starting out from the get-go and just accepting it as part of who they are.
Yes.
And
I find that when we're not our authentic self, how they people are so uncomfortable and carries all these other emotions because they're fighting who they really are. So I get to practice that on my kids also.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
So you got probably one that goes, I knew you were going to call. And the other one that says, oh man, I saw this apparition today. And,
yeah, they haven't gotten there, but I know
working on
that
it?
they are. Yes.
Yeah. That's so cool.
It is. It's amazing to know that it is passed down and it's shared. And I don't know how that works. I'm still learning on that.
Well, we all have it. We're
Yes,
all born with it.
We do all have
Yeah,
it.
it's
Everyone
just,
has
you
the
know,
gift.
the memories have been suppressed.
Yes.
And that's what I'm thinking, you know, the more people that are opening up about it now, our younger people are going to be opening up a lot sooner.
Remembering.
And it's going to be cool.
It is.
So you're a spiritual coach as well.
Yes.
What do you do?
Yes, the coaching, the spiritual life coaching, meditation coach, chelation coach.
I'm sorry, what?
It's an energy with the, it's called chelation with the pendulum.
Oh, neat.
Yes, and there's actually quite a few more. And I've just taken the classes to get certified so that I have a better understanding of spiritually where people are. Although the more I practice, you know, what my gifts are, the more I just end up reading the energy and then what comes through from their guides. And yet still all of that teaching and training was so important and amazing just for my own growth. And I'm so glad I went through all of that to get all those certificates. So yes.
That's very important.
It is. And I do have coaching, just one-on-one coaching with clients as well.
That's very cool.
Yes.
So you're leaving one.
Yes.
What kind of occupation are you leaving?
I'm a vendor manager right now at a mortgage company.
Okay.
Yes. A good thing I get to I get to interact with people all day long, so that's something I love to do anyways. So yes, it's I've been there 10 years, so they don't they'll be surprised when I leave. I won't be passing this out yet. They don't know. But yes, it's coming soon. Yes.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
You know, and I'm sure you're a lot happier doing this work.
Yes, I am. I am.
That's so awesome.
It's been I keep saying that. I feel very blessed. I feel very blessed.
So what do you see down the road? What's in store for you?
I see myself in an office. I'm looking in Fair Oaks area to set up shop and to have the clients come in and still continue with the group sessions because I really love doing that. And it's interesting, I got a message from Archangel Azrael that I will be looking into a transition coach, and it's already started happening, so I have clients that are on their way to transitioning and coaching them and what that is and what that looks like for them. And it's completely different than I ever imagined. And there is no training on that. So nobody has a course on what do you say and do. It really is coming from the other side for that person. So that's been an experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It is. It is. And the things that they show me, that when I'm talking to them, they see it. And that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're at the portion of the show. We've only got 5 minutes left. Do you want to give everybody your website information so they can look you up and contact you?
Right now it's www.synergyofspirit.com, and it will be changing to Awakenings with Andrea Dawn, so it's a little bit more clear. Okay. And that's the best way to reach out. And
okay, so there's an email address on there and everything. Okay.
Yes, contact me.
Okay.
Yeah, and my services are on there.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. I love it.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's give some information about the Paranormal Connection.
The Paranormal Connection airs the first and third Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our companion show, Story Connection, airs the second and fourth Thursdays of each month. Each episode repeats the following Friday at 1:30 p.m. and Saturday at 5:30 a.m. Watch these programs online at the same air times by going to accesssacramento.org and clicking Watch 17. In the Sacramento region, you can see us on Comcast Channel 17 and on AT&T Channel 99. You can find previously aired shows on the Paranormal Connection YouTube channel. For information on upcoming shows and previous Paranormal Connection guests, go to paranormalconnectiontv.blogspot.com. You can contact us at paranormalconnectiontv@gmail.com. And don't forget, find us on Facebook, become a friend, and become a fan.
So the short amount of time we have left, Andrea, share with the people out there, those who may have some reservations about their gifts and are kind of holding back. What would you tell them?
Right now, when I reach out to those, they're really coming to me. And so it's been interesting when I see the clients in their seat and what I start telling them that I'm seeing, it makes sense to them. And so you see their body language even change, like, wow, that's why I'm connected to, the Queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, for whatever reason. And it's opening those doors and them just becoming aware. And once you become aware, it changes their lives. And so it's beautiful to see that connection that they get to have with their past life or who their identity. And I keep calling it your authentic self.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really who you are. So it's happening continuously. I've noticed that a lot of my sessions, there's several people that are in the group ones.
Yeah.
Yes, that are connecting.
I love it.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. Well, we're just about out of time. Is there anything that you'd like to share before we go?
Oh, I want to thank everyone here. That's been very helpful. And for my first time being here, it was very relaxing, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
Aw, well, we loved having you. And I, really wish you so much love and luck on your journey.
Thank you.
Because it is a process, and I think the more you grow, the more it's like bearing fruit, you share with others, and it's like a ripple effect, everybody else benefits as well. So good for you to be so courageous and, come out and
Yes.
start doing this again.
Yes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Doing it again.
Doing it again.
Remembering.
Yes, remembering.
Yes.
I love it. All right, so we're gonna say goodnight now, but I wanted to thank my fabulous crew, my illustrious crew, Laura, Ted, Don, Lorene, David, and Rick. They come out and volunteer their time.
That's awesome.
Every month, and they work their butts off, and we couldn't have this without them. We absolutely love them. So, and for more about me and my romantic suspense books, you can go to dannawilberg.com. We've got previous episodes of Paranormal Connection on YouTube, so you can look for that too. And with that, we're gonna say goodnight to everybody. So thanks for coming on the show.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
again.
All right. Good night, everybody.